Thank you for being here today. I'm going to start off by just getting to know you. So can you just tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from?
I'm from Philly, Alany to be exact, second to Champlain. It's like a small little neighborhood. And a lot of people be throwing it in there, it's North Philadelphia, but no, that's Alany. I come from, a small town, a family of 5, 6, if you want to be technical. My
Wow.
sister had a baby. My sister had a baby, and that's my nephew, but I really took him in as a little brother for because we all grew up under the same household. So yeah, I'm the middle child. Find a way, and God and my talent got me to where I am now.
Yeah. Was there a specific moment or time when you really thought to yourself that you truly want to be an artist, and that was like the time that you wanted to start your career?
I mean, when I was a kid, I always wanted to do music. I ain't never really had no plan B. I mean, my mom used to put little ideas in my head, like, I think you should be a doctor or some or a lawyer because they make good money. But I used to really watch all these documentaries as a kid, like Jay-Z and a lot of Biggie and like Tupac and stuff like that. I used to be like, well, these guys don't got their bachelor's degree or nothing like that, and look how they living. You feel what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like I always wanted that. I wanted that publicity. I wanted that type of lifestyle. And I seen they had it without these things that my mom always tried to shove on my plate. But that's just mothers. They always want you to go the legit route.
Yeah.
But this was legit. This is legit. I feel as though, but back then it just was like I was playing around with it. But as time grew on, and my friends really noticed that I got a gift and a talent, people just start edging me on to take it serious, and I did, and it's
Yeah.
going good. So far so
Yeah, look
good.
at you now. And what's been the most rewarding part about being an artist? I'm sure there's many, but if you had to pinpoint one.
What's the most rewarding part about being an artist? I'm most proud of just showing people that as long as you put your mind to it, it can happen. Cause me, I give a lot of inspiration back to my section in my area, like where I'm from. So it's like that mean a lot to me because I come from nothing. So to see somebody that come from nothing and turns out to be a successful person because they believed in themselves, that's rewarding to me because I'm installing that into another human being.
Yeah, definitely. And has anything personally affected the way that you make your music? Where does your inspiration come from?
I mean, my inspiration comes from a lot, like the pain and everything I done went through as a child. Like I feel like I've been through a lot as a child, even though like little stuff like not having my dad around. Like it's a lot that driven me to just go harder throughout like my time. And
Yeah.
I landed in a good spot. As you can see, I really can't
Yeah.
complain. It's just like it's a lot though. My mom raised a family on her own. It's a lot that make me just go hard.
Yeah.
Like still to this day, even though I signed it though, I feel as though I ain't make it. Like I want when I made it is when I know my grandkids kids is good. Like you know what I'm saying? And then,
Yeah.
hopefully I'm gonna get there, but it's just you know, everything is everything. But yeah, my family is what makes me drive, what
Yeah.
makes me go hard.
Yeah. You're definitely on the path.
Thank you.
Is there any specific artist in particular that you vibed with like the most when making music? So any artist in past projects or any current projects?
Recently, I haven't been doing features with artists lately. I've been doing little features here and there, but I really could say um, it's a lot of artists I do like and I have working with that I plan on working with in the future. For one, I want to say Young K,
Mm-hmm.
and another one, and that's you, Shido. I'm trying to think of some more. And mind you, these relatives that I named, they on my team, like Stack Star. And I feel like we got the best team. But them artists I work with, like, I enjoyed it. I did.
Definitely. And with the artists that you have worked with, how have the creative processes differed depending on who the artist was? I know you mentioned that it's only been a couple of artists, but
I mean,
like
in
creative
and out the
process.
studio, like I used to write, but I stopped once I it's just like once I signed a deal, I had a lot to talk about. And even beforehand, I used to write here and there, but not really. Like I'll go in the studio and freestyle and write what I had, or write what I freestyle down as I go along. I write it down as I go along, but I still look at it as freestyle. But yeah, like I feel like even with artists that I have worked with, the artists I name, like we all go in and freestyle. Like everybody goes in and just, yeah, punch me in. Like whatever sounds good, whatever comes to your mind, just say it.
Yeah. And what's been one of your favorite songs that you've created and why?
Best for you. I feel like that's always gonna be my number one. And it's sad, but honestly, like I feel like I create good music. I produce good music, great music. But I feel like Best for You, that's just touched me like in a different way. Cause around that time I lost a friend of mine, 𝕬𝕦𝕝, and you know, things was like rough for me. I ain't really never lose no friends before, nobody I felt or I held close to my heart. So it's like when he died, it moved me to a point where like I could produce. Like I feel like if he was here today, I probably would have never got signed. Like I don't know, cause that it really brought a different side of me. Like I was really just locked in. Like I just had to let some things or get some things off my chest. But yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about your upcoming single?
Upcoming single. I really can't think about no singles. Cause I'm working on putting out my mixtape.
Mm-hmm. Well, can you tell me a little about your mixtape? What were the highs and lows during that process?
The highest and lows was the highest and lows. I feel like the lows was getting the songs clear, but
Yeah.
everything's coming together. But yeah, the mixtape though is coming along real good. I feel like I had to put a lot of effort into it and a lot of pain, like somewhat similar to Best for You. So therefore, it could catch more people's attention because Best for You is my hit single, what got me out there. And I feel as though if I make more music like that, it'll attract more like people. You feel what I'm saying? More
Yeah.
fans, more like, you know. But yeah, you know, the mixtape, I feel like it's gonna do great. Honestly, I really can't say much about it until it's
Yeah,
here
of course.
and I see the numbers.
Yes, well, I'm excited to see it. What message do you want to give your listeners when they're hearing your music?
The message I want to give to them, just vibe with me. Like it ain't really much I can tell you. Like if you can relate, then that's great. But it's a lot of people that really can't relate and just like the sound. You know, I don't really know that. Like I ain't really got no message. Just vibe with me. Like it's just if you like it, you like it. You don't, then hey, you just go to the next artist.
Are there any specific artists that you look up to now, or any artist that inspires you?
Nobody inspires me more than myself. Let me say that for one. It's a lot of artists that I look at today and be like, he doing a great job. Like, what is it that he's doing? So, well, I need to know what he's doing so I can pass him, cause I'm in competition with myself. So it's just like when I see other artists doing good, I always give them kudos. Like, dang, that's great. But it's like what he doing, I want to get there and pass that. Like, so I want to give a big up to like Lil Baby, cause I feel like he at his breaking point, like his career, like he in his prime right now. Like that's one of the artists that I could say really much inspires me.
Yeah. And where do you see your career in the next couple of years? Like, what do you hope for yourself?
It's really not. I see myself like on big platforms, like, you know, like platinum records. Like that's where I see myself. I see myself getting nominated, like, you know, being in them big rooms, having big artists or people that came before me mentioning my name, like just to know I'm in a room. Like it's like that's where I see myself. Like, you know, I got goals for myself. Like a lot of them is just to be the best.
Awesome. And what's the best piece of advice that someone's given you that has stuck with you like till today, like throughout your career?
It's something that stuck with me, and it's been sticking with me for a minute. I linked up with Lil Baby because we had to go over some business for the feature we had recently done, and he gave me this to get where you going, you only gotta worry about yourself.
Wow.
Like, just worry about yourself, because you can't help everybody if you're not okay, if you're not in a position you don't want to be. And his friend used the term, if you chop the head off the body gonna fall. Basically saying, I'm the head. If I'm, you know, not where if I'm not, basically, if I'm going, if I go, God forbid, if I'm going today tomorrow, if I go today tomorrow, then where that's gonna leave my mom, where that's gonna leave my family, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So that stuck with me a lot, and I really understood where he was coming from on a different level.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for being here today. It was so great talking with you.
Thank you for having me.